Hello everyone, this is Lorena, and I'm back with another Duelist video. Anyway, if I'm going to make it anywhere in life, I honestly am not going to do that by following society's script. And that is one reason why I am currently in the situation I'm in right now. Because I refuse to change for, obvious reasons. I just don't feel like I have to. I mean, I should be able to make what I can do work. And I don't want society to dictate my life. But also, I'm still kind of stuck, so there is that. And anyway, it's just like, I've never understood the need to imitate. I don't understand why people go on ChatGPT and have ChatGPT generate an entire essay for them, and then act like ChatGPT can just do their own assignments for them. Like, I don't understand taking credit for something you didn't actually produce. Like, I've never understood that. I mean, sure, you can use technology to help you with things, but I've just never understood why people would think they have something good if they don't understand what they're doing. It's like when people try to... I mean, seriously, people thinking they can just do something like other people, and that automatically gives them the same level of success. I mean, sure, you've got this great technology, but that doesn't mean you'll be successful with it. Because let me be honest, ChatGPT's writing sucks. Your assignments deserve an F if you use it, and you don't do anything else afterward. I mean, technology can assist you with things and help you get better, but you honestly cannot rely on other things to get you what you want. And you also cannot rely on someone else's methods to determine how you will become successful. And because, again, to become successful, you have to know what works for you. And I know what works for me, so that's why I'm stubborn as fuck. Anyway, let's continue. Yoya has blasted past Jack's blistering attacks. But does he have anything left in the tank? Is it true that I haven't actually learned anything from my dad? That I'm just copying him? Well, yes, you do seem to be copying him. You don't seem to be doing anything. I mean, I think for myself, honestly. I've always done that. But you've pretty much been listening to your dad for your entire life at this point. Whatever he's done, you've been doing the exact same shit. And is that really going to make you successful? I mean, your dad's methods are successful because he knows how they work. But do you know how his methods work and why he has made them work? You had to be your own dueltainer, Yuya. Yuya, you had to dueltain on your own. You can't just depend on someone else's methods, honestly. What is your problem? Are you going to duel like yourself, or are you going to try to be someone you're not? Are you going to try to do that? Because that is not going to help you in life. That is honestly... Dude, I'm being such a bitch. But I'm still in the middle of a villain arc here, so I can give Yuya constructive criticism. I mean, I'm sure he can entertain people great. I'm sure he's great at entertaining people. But he's not going to do it if he doesn't have his own methods for it. He has to know his own style. He has to develop his own style. Or he's not going to entertain anyone. Honestly, he can't just imitate anyone because he's not them. He's only himself. And that's my problem with people acting like I should just get a job. Like, society's script works for most people. Well, okay, I guess that depends right now because the world is in chaos, and I don't know if the script is working for anyone anymore anyway, but I mean, my point is, I am not other people, and I am not necessarily something the script has ever worked for. I do not believe I should be doing something just because society says I should be doing it. Should I get a job? Well, I want to do something with my life, but I also want a humane life. I can't just get a job if I won't get paid enough. That'd be stupid. And I know I've got issues, but knowing what works for me, I think that I've got a better chance of financial success if I rely on what I know about myself instead of following society's direction. And because I don't think it works. And I mean, we already see what's going on in the synchro dimension. But I mean, how many people in real life how many people in real life have like 3 jobs and they're still living in their cars because they can't afford housing for whatever reason? Prices are absurd. I cannot be expected to get a job when conditions are like this for the average person. Like, what the hell? There's learn some skills, and then there's maybe wait a bit first. I mean, I do not see a stable society right now. I'm surprised everything is still functioning. I mean, seriously. Is it true that I haven't actually learned anything from my dad? That I'm just copying him? Hurry up and make your move. I mean, your dad's move. Unless you have the guts to be your own man. Yeah, I was my own person. I was my own person in middle school, yeah. Wait, hold on, I was my own person when I was younger than you, Yuya. Yeah, that's more accurate because, I think Yuya is in middle school, if I recall correctly. And because Japan is Japan. But anyway, I'll show him that I haven't copied my dad. I learned from him. Okay, prove it then. But while my dad's dual-taning made him a champion, my dual-tanings just made me a chump. Why do you think that is? It might be because it's a bit too similar to your dad's dual-taning style. Have you ever thought about that? Someone's gotta step up and do something new. You opened the door to pendulum summoning. Oh yeah! I was the first ever to pendulum summon, and that was pretty original. Is that the best you've got? Just one original thing. How are you going to continue to be successful with just one original thing? It's like one person making something great and then stopping. Do you understand what made that one thing so great? Or are you going to just try to imitate what was once successful without understanding why it was successful? Like, you have to understand what made the original so great if you want to reproduce that success. Honestly. I don't think that you're good enough at this point, Yuya. You do not have enough originality. You need more ideas. You can't just have one original thing in it and think that's good enough. That's not it. No. It's time to show you how I and only I can duel. Okay, we have to do more than just pendulum summoning. I'm not impressed. You better not disappoint me, Yuya. Although, to be fair, I don't think his dad was doing a bunch of pendulum summoning. So maybe I'm just being too harsh. Well, you know, I am going to be as harsh as I want, to be honest. I'm still in the middle of a villain arc. It's not that great right now because some people are just worse than me. And it's kind of hard to have a villain arc when people are out there doing villainous shit that no one's going to pay attention to my bullshit because I don't want my bullshit to be that bad. I mean, I want to be villainous, but entertaining about it. I don't know how I do that. Honestly, I don't. And Vector seems to do a good job with that, but he's Vector and I'm not, so I'm still trying to figure things out in terms of what's going on with this villain arc. But at the very least, I'm going to start... at the very least, I think it's fair to say that I don't want to be disappointed by anything. Okay, let's continue. I'm going to be harsh because I feel like it. But I do think that it's a good start at the very least. And now if Yuya really wants to be a Jultainer, he still has work to do even at the end of the series as far as I'm concerned. A swinging far pendulum, carve the arc of victory. My monsters are ready to swing into action. And just to point this out, but who's an expert at what, 14? I know I wasn't. If there's a monster I can synchro summon only after there's a monster I can synchro summon only after I pendulum summon. It's something only I can do. The light of tranquility from the far reaches of time. The light of tranquility from the far reaches of time. I synchro summon. Level 10. Level 10 Nirvana High Paladin. You know, Arc 5 is when I started feeling like the game was a bit too convoluted. I mean, I know that brains is what really made things convoluted, but I felt like it was really convoluted during Arc 5. And I know some people might disagree with me because, anyone that disagrees with me probably understands the game better than me. But, I mean, I just wasn't really paying attention to the duels in this series. I completely tuned out during Brains because what the hell? I can understand why writing duels get tiring after a while when it comes to how convoluted things have become. But yeah. Wasn't there something else I was going to say? Have I said it? I don't think it was about dueling that I was going to say. Alright, let's continue. I forgot. Whatever my train of thought was, I forgot. But anyway. Oh wait, I remembered. I do know that I expected to get a job by this point, you know, like a normal one. But the only thing I've managed to consistently do is just type a bunch of words. And it's like, if that's what I'm consistently doing on the regular, shouldn't I be writing on the regular instead of doing other things? Like, there are many things I like doing, but that doesn't mean I can make a career out of it or make money doing it. Like, if I could make money dueling, I don't think I would be as successful doing that as I would be just being a writer in general. Because I just know that I can type a bunch of words, and dueling is not typing a bunch of words, to be honest. Now, if I were to try to duel in fan fiction, dude, writing card games is not as fun as playing them. I mean, I tried, it just wasn't working. And then I'm just like, okay, I think I understand what's going on here. Yeah, I've got some experience understanding what Jack is saying here, to be honest. But also, it's just like, there are a lot of things I like doing, but I only know one thing that seems to be consistent enough to turn into anything halfway profitable. Like, honestly. And then society wants me to just do what? No. I do things my way and I'll make my way work, thanks. Okay, so Yuya synchro summoned, interesting. So you finally found your voice, Yuya. Too bad you found it too late. Actually, I don't think he did, because I think he won here. I just don't remember for sure. What? I blaze my own trail. In life and in dueling. Yes, Jack Atlas, I know. That's why you can't have a normal job either. Although, to be honest, you can at least turbo duel, and that's somewhat normal in your universe. And meanwhile, I couldn't even turbo duel, if we're being honest here. And, let's not even get in the area of a professional turbo duelist here. I can't even turbo duel. And I can't have a career as a duelist either, because for many of the same reasons I can't have another job that's, more traditional. It's like, I know what works for me, and I make that work for me. And I'm going to be as stubborn as fuck about it. No one's going to stop me. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep writing things. I'm going to keep typing a bunch of words. So, YouTube, how old do you think I am? You better know that a bunch of text in the comment section probably isn't being written by a minor and be at 11 in the morning. I mean, honestly, okay, I pulled that time out of my ass, but a lot of kids are at school during that time, so and me deciding to post a comment, and YouTube knowing where I live, chances are if I type a bunch of text and put it in the comments section at 11 a.m. in a time zone in the United States, it is quite likely that I posted that comment there at that time because I am not a minor, I am an adult. And most adults can't even be bothered to read half the shit I post because it's just so long. I mean, I'm basically the kind of person that too long didn't read was made for. I'm a meme. I'm a meme? Oh my god. Hold on. I've got to write this down. Okay, I've written it down. I'm done now. Okay. Let me fix my voice. I was kind of insane for that for a bit and lost it. I blaze my own trail, in life and in dueling. That is why no challenger has ever conquered the king. Two of my monsters tune Scarlight, Red Dragon Archfiend. Together they call forth an absolute power destined to rule this duel. I synchro summon. You know, I'm a disaster when I duel, but I'm gonna be honest. I do have the potential to get better at playing this game. I've seen it. It's just, I don't think I fully understand how I'm doing it. I don't even. And the first time I actually understood this and that I can improve if I actually bother to try hard enough was in a duel against Jack Atlas, and unfortunately my duel replays were full, so I couldn't add it to. It was bad. I wanted to add that duel to the duel replays list because I thought it was a good duel. I don't remember if I won, but I remember I did some cool things in it. I just can't remember who won that duel. I think it was, I don't know. I may have lost, but I still have my own for a while. Anyway, I should get back to the script. Bow down and tremble in terror before tyrant Bow down and tremble in terror before Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. My Tyrant's effect activates. It destroys all your cards. Absolute Power Inferno. Due to my High Paladin's Pendulum effect, when it's destroyed, it reappears my Pendulum Zone. That won't help you. Tyrant's Red Dragon Archfiend, attack Yuya directly. A Molten Crimson Tide. I'm activating the action spell Evasion. I can evade your attack. You know, I think action duels were a neat concept. I wish it was more varied than it was in the show. Because again, I liked some of the things in Arc 5. It's just, I feel like there was so much wasted potential in it. And now, here's where I think the show failed and went downhill. It was too ambitious. I think that's why. And you know who has a thing for being overambitious? I'm worse. Yeah, I'm worse. I'm overambitious. So when I see something that's overambitious, I know why it failed. And why this series failed is definitely because of how much potential it had to be better. But it wasn't just the potential. It was everything they were working with. And having to manage all of that is kind of why it became a disaster. Because it needed more time to fully develop its story and to have everything properly fleshed out. And that's why I think they spent too much time in the Synchro Dimension. Because they didn't have enough time to flesh out the other dimensions, you know? Well, Standard was fleshed out well enough, but the Xyz Dimension and the Fusion Dimension, I felt like those arcs were rushed. And it definitely has a lot to do with how much time they spent in the Synchro Dimension. Like, bro, you have to know how to pace things. And like, I know a thing about pacing. Okay, I know I have pacing issues, I know, but at least I know, and I can work on that before I try to make a professional product, which this series was. I'm activating the action spell Evasion. I can evade your attack. It won't work. You're not allowed to play spells when Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend is attacking. Huh, really? Even action spells? But by stopping my spell card, I get to special summon Acrobatic Magician in defense to protect me. Oh. That's nice. That's clever. Then you leave me no choice but to have my tyrant make your magician disappear. When it's destroyed, it goes to my Pendulum Zone too. So my Pendulum Zone is once again set. Heh, you bought yourself another turn. You think you have the upper hand, but the way I'm dueling now, I don't think anyone can beat me. Well, let's hope you can live up to that. Can you deliver? I'm actually glad to hear you say that. At first, you just followed in your father's footsteps. He dueled the only way he knew how. And now you've started to duel the only way you know how. You're taking the best of dual-tating and pendulum summoning and combining the two into one. So that's what Jack meant. I was copying what my dad was doing, not weaving it into my own style. Yeah, copying is just not going to get you anywhere. And that's why you don't just take something that was generated with ChatGPT and think it makes something professional. It doesn't. The results suck. Do not. Oh my god. I weave a lot of things into my own style. I'm just gonna be honest. That's what I should have been doing with everyone I dueled. Learning from them to build my own duel. They've all helped me to become the duelist that I am. Yes, and I hope you keep becoming a better duelist. Although you know what, I'm gonna be honest here, I think the last duel in Arc 5 was pretty good. It would have been better if the pacing was less terrible, and if the Synchro Dimension arc wasn't so long. I mean, Arc 5 just didn't have the kind of episode, it didn't have the budget that DM had, I'll be honest. And I think to really have everything properly fleshed out, either you work on your pacing, or you have more episodes. And clearly, we know what happened instead. Neither! And with all of their help, I'm going to defeat you, Jack. Swing far pendulum, carve the arc of victory. My monsters are ready to swing into action. My monsters and I are going to fight as one. One tiny monster might not strike a chord, but when they're all together, they create a symphony. Yuya, your duel has brought the whole city to a standstill. All the crazy chaos has calmed down. Who has time to fight when the duel of the century is going on? Win this for me, buddy. You got it. Now let's keep the party going. Keep it going, Yuya. Hang in there, Jack. Somebody call a doctor, because our city is suffering major congestion as folks are watching the big duel. Yeah, that definitely looks distracting, I'm gonna be honest. Like, are those faces and those smiles actually up there? Oh my god. Very clever. Very clever. You used your moves to send a message to the whole city. None of your monsters were strong by themselves, but by working together, they made a huge impact. America, are you listening? America? All right, Yuya. Time to find out who will reign supreme. Here I go. My friends, here comes the grand finale. The last monster of my troop to attack will be my level 7 Art-Ice Pendulum Dragon. You really love that card, don't you? Yeah. Okay, actually I understand why he loves this card. I mean, the effect is pretty good. Ready, my friends? Let's bring this to an end together. Art-Ice Pendulum Dragon Attack. Spiral Flame Strike. And this video is also almost 30 minutes long. Why did I have to just ramble? Well, I'm good at doing that. I haven't learned how being concise works. Art-Ice Pendulum Dragon's effect activates. When it battles a level 5 or higher monster, the opponent takes double the damage. Reaction Force! Heh. And Jack loses. The Friendship Cup has a new champion! Yuya Sakaki! Yeah! Okay, I don't do cheer noises. I don't do that now. You dueled great, Jack. There's nothing great about losing. I relinquish my crown to you. For now. But believe me, I'll regain it soon enough. Yeah, you can get your crown back whenever you want. Uh-huh? Is that a helicopter I see hovering over the city? It's the High Council. My fellow citizens, the Council has some momentous news. My fellow citizens, hold on. Guys, let's go try things up for this video. In the next video, I'm going to wrap up the event. For some reason, I decided I wanted to ramble I didn't have to ramble about all kinds of shit in the middle of an event that I'm trying to finish before maintenance. Oh my god. I'll be right back.